Good morning. Okay, this today spoke about how human beings produce different speech sounds. Were you here yesterday? How many of you were here yesterday? Okay, did you have difficulty understanding that? But when we speak another language, something other than our mother tongue, okay, quite often, though not always, not with everyone, quite often we do not get all sounds all right. Okay? There may be, traditionally people have blamed your mother tongue. They say mother tongue influence. That is not the case. It is not that your mother tongue is preventing you from learning another language. Do you believe that? Because you know Telugu, does it say that you cannot learn English or cannot learn French or Latin? Do you believe that? Yes or no? No, it is not. It is only that your attention has not been drawn. You have not heard that sound, or your attention has not been drawn to the way that sound is produced. Actually, if you look at it carefully, there are three reasons why non-standard sounds get into our second language or our foreign language. You can take notes. These are the following. Either because we use a different sound, English uses pa and we say ba, English uses sa or sha and we say something else, English uses sa and we say za, or English uses za, we say sa. Okay, that may be one reason, that we have some sound in each word, but maybe sometimes we use different sounds, different from what standard English uses. I will give you examples in a few minutes. Or we use more sounds than required, than English does. Say for example, if somebody asks you, what does your mother do? And you say she is a teacher. Okay, then oo is an extra sound. Last month we played that video, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and the girl makes fun of Telangana accent of English and she says like a diamond do. Okay, that oo is extra. Or many of us in my part of the country, the place where Aman and I come from, we do not say station, we say station, we say school, we say sports, we add an extra e. Okay. Lot of people do that in the south in some other positions. Say for example, many of my friends here do not go to film, they go to film, they add an I between l and ma. Or many of my friends in Hyderabad are not against Telangana, but they are against Telangana. Okay, you add an extra sound. Or sometimes you use fewer sounds. There should be 10 sounds in the word, you use only 9 or only 8, then the word sounds different. It is difficult for you to others to understand you. That is why I have said, what is a non-standard sound, what is a non-standard speech? That which impedes communication across regions. We have learnt English to speak not to our mothers or our brothers or our sisters. We have learned to speak English so that we can speak to the rest of the world. And if you speak English in such a manner that only people from Nellore or Nalgonda can understand you, only people from Hubli and Bellary can understand you, only people from Trichur or Cochin can understand you, then your purpose is not fulfilled, okay? Which means you must acquire standard sounds, right. We will look at some examples of non-standard sounds. So, in this case, when we say we use fewer sounds, lots of people in India, lots of people do not pronounce this word correctly. How should it be pronounced? Government. But many people take this away. They say government, government, Manmohan Singh government, Jayalalitha government. It is not government. What is it? Government, government. Main stress on government. Similarly, take another word. How should it be pronounced? Available. But a lot of people pronounce it only as available. So, you are using fewer sounds. So, non-standard speech, non-standard sounds appear in your speech no matter what language. If there is a non-standard sound, it is because of these three reasons. What are they? Either you are using a different sound, or you are using more sounds than required, or fewer than. Okay, relax, sit back. I am going to give you some examples, and I am going to ask you to look at them, have fun. Please do not laugh at others, but try and see why it is so, and then change it. Is that okay? Shall we do that for the next 35, 40 minutes? Are you comfortable? Okay, right. Please, let us look at this. Many of us in India, do not distinguish between short and long vowel sounds, such as E. English has two sounds in that place. One is short, A, as in bit or live, and the other is long, as E, okay, as in leave or B. What is the speaker trying to say there? Can you tell me? Aman, you come from Patna. What is the speaker trying to say there? It should be he lives in Patna. It should not be he leaves in Patna. Then you are confused. How can he leaves in Patna? You can say he leaves Patna. That means he does not like Patna. Every time he goes there, he comes back to Chennai. Okay? That will describe either me or Aman. Okay? But when you say he leaves in, then you get what you are trying to. The speaker there, the problem with this speaker is that he is unable to get it as short as it can be. Okay? It's a, in English has this difference. Some vowels are very short, live, and the others are very long, leave. Your lips have to spread. We will do some drill later. Go to the next part of the sentence. Can you rewrite the sentence, or you do not have to rewrite it? Can you speak it with proper stress, proper pronunciation? He lives in Patna and pills. What is the spelling of pills here? P-I-L-L-S or P-I-double-L-S, pills, without breakfast. Why? It can fill your stomach with gas. Okay, we'll look at some more examples later. Similar thing, English has lots of pairs of long and short vowels. E, E, A, U, U. We also have some, but not as exaggerated as English has. So, look at this case, for example, What do you think the reader, the speaker is trying to say there?
Don't get late.
Yeah, it is not let. What is it? It should be late. What should it be?
Late.
Yeah. Then next part of the rest of the sentence. Further, go on.
Them a debt.
Is it correct? The word debt, is it correct? What is the tree? What is the speaker trying? What does the speaker intend to say? Date. Okay. What is the spelling of the word date? D-A-T-E. But if you pronounce it quickly, it sounds like debt. Then your listener is confused. So can somebody please read that entire sentence aloud with proper pronunciation? Okay, Kalpesh, can you do that or that? Rohan, can you do it?
Don't get late anyway. We cannot keep our guests waiting. When you give them a date, then you must keep it.
Yes, you must keep it. You must keep your time. Okay. Look at the next. This is a and a. English has huge difference between. Can you read that sentence aloud? Somebody please, somebody else please. Can you do that? Yeah.
Democracy is a form of government for the people.
Yeah.
But but my driver is
Always.
but my driver is always applying for leave.
Yes.
Yet no one knows how far a good act can go.
Go. Yes. Many of us in India do not distinguish between for and far. In places like UP, eastern UP, between Lucknow and Varanasi, a lot of people pronounce it FOR as FAR. But down south in Tirunelveli, Salem, central Tamil Nadu, southern Tamil Nadu, parts of Kerala, Andhra, they pronounce far as for. You are going to, the boy will go very far. That's not very far. The boy will go very far. Okay? But in Varanasi, they say you should die for your country, not die for your country, die for your country. Okay, these length differences are very crucial to English. Look at the next. How should it be?
He does not leave home.
My friends in the last bench, okay? Karthik, come, read the last sentence. He
does not leave home without bad tea.
Should it be bad tea? It should be bad tea. He does not leave home without bad tea. Go on.
But if he is late,
If he is late,
he calls a taxi.
yeah, but many people pronounce taxi as taxi, particularly in western India, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, they don't say taxi, they say taxi. Okay. Each region has its peculiarity. If Englishmen were to do our language, and they have done it, they are atrocious. In Hindi, they could not say tum, they said tom. Okay. They could not say mangta hai, they said mangta hai. And the great Himalayas, they pronounce it as Himalaya. I feel like killing them when they say Himalaya, Or Ganga, they could not say Ganga, they made it Ganges. What kind of name is that, I have a colleague here, she is a professor in my department, Devaki Reddy, and we had a German visitor recently. He kept calling her Devaki. And we have got another colleague now, Upasana, and there is another European guy. He always calls her Upsana. We make, the point I am making is not unusual. You do not have to feel ashamed of yourself. There is no value addition to it. There is no attitude problem to it. Okay, it happens. It is natural. When we learn, English is not my mother tongue. Is it your mother tongue? Is not. We have not learnt it from our mothers or our fathers or our grandparents. We have learnt it in school, from books, from television, and it is possible that sometimes we do not get all the sounds right. In such situation, we should see how I should speak, how should my lips and tongue move, so that I get it right. The attitude should not be, let it go, it is not my mother tongue, how do I care? No. If something is worth doing, it is worth doing. Complete the sentence, please. If something is worth doing, it is worth doing well, right? Otherwise, do not do it. Okay. If you do something, if you cook, if you go to fetch water for somebody, if you polish somebody's boots, then polish it such that you are the best boot polish. Okay. If something is worth doing, it is worth doing well. Do you agree? Right? Ajay? Sure? You look like wonderstruck. Right. So, the same way. Okay. So, take care of I am not telling you that all of us do these things, but all of us. I am not telling you that all of us have these things, but all of us one of these things. Am I right? We may not have all of this, but we may have one of this. Do you agree? What is that? We have to find, and then we have to make changes accordingly. Look at some others. Okay. On the other, just as some people make it short, late is pronounced as let. Some people pronounce let as late. They do not say let him come in, they say let him come in. I thought he is going to dead, late, you know, how can let him come back? Okay. But some people, you know, India is a vast country, or English, you know, is spoken all over the world, but all over the world it is spoken differently. On the 4th, if you like, can I show you a documentary on different accents of English in the world? Shall we do that? Okay. Nothing, you know, just come in and have fun. Actually, I wanted to show you 1 or 2 films, but maybe we could do that in HSB. The studio is not free. Kiran, where are you? Okay, can you give me some time outside, maybe during the long weekend or some such thing, you know, let us have some fun. But I can show you some documentary on different pronunciations of English worldwide. So, just as some people pronounce a long sound short, late becomes let. Similarly, some people pronounce short sounds long. Okay. They pronounce let as late. Look at in this case, what is the speaker trying to say? Please read it to me. Yeah, because mate has a very different meaning. Is animals mate in the jungle, okay, before they produce children. Okay, they do not have boring things like marriage. Okay, okay, and then you know they have this. They first met at a cinema hall. Okay, next, complete the sentence, please. They planned. Is it a getaway or
Getaway.
getaway? What should it be? Get away, you know, the stress is on way, get away. Next sentence, but in Chennai,
More popular.
you know, you keep having a school get together. IIT always does at least 3 or 4 alumni get togethers, because the alumni bring money, of course. Okay. Yeah. So you know we always have lots of get togethers, but many people pronounce get together as get together. You know, gate is another matter. Look at the next sentence. O and U. Can somebody please read it aloud as it ought to be read? No, let first read it. Okay, Kiran, you can do it. First read it as it is written.
Many students spend much time on Facebook these days.
Yeah, some people, you know, make it long. They say Facebook. Okay.
In no time, they learn how to use
Yeah, you should be use, but they say use.
it as a tool.
You know, as a tool. It should be tool. Correct? Go on.
Actually, they even ignore their look.
Mm.
Few colleges in India have swimming pool, but they all have computers and chat room.
Okay, it should be swimming pool. It should be room. It's, you know, just a little. When you speak slow, you make a guarantee that you will not only get your contents right, you guarantee that you will get the pronunciation right as well. Imagine, only 5 years later, not too far from, not much farther from now, you are in the second year. By the time you graduate, and within a year or two, you will be making presentations to hall full of people like this. And there, everything must go perfectly. The contents, the pronunciation, the dress, the smile on your face, the confidence. Okay? Excellence, as somebody said, is a product of attention to details. Okay? Excellence is nothing else. Excellence is not, prayer to God. Of course, if God is, if you believe in that, and as I do, then if God is happy, anything can happen. But God won't be happy without tapasya. Have you heard of the word tapasya? Have you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is tapasya? Fear, sleep or hunger. Others may be, fairies may be dancing, or angels may be dancing, but you are engaged in your work. That is tapasya. So if you pay that kind of attention, you can do anything you like. You are gods. That's what all the great people have said. Look at some more. Let's have some entertainment. Okay? Who will read it aloud? First as it is written and then with correction, please.
Children bring notebooks to the class.
Okay? Which part of the country people speak notebook as notebook? Okay, we are very fond of making fun of the others. Lots of my South Indian friends make fun of the Malayalis. Okay, why did a Malayali not go to school? Simply. Okay, but all of us have it. All of us have some problem. Okay, all of where does he want to work? He wants to work in the Gulf. Okay. But all of it, the point I am making is, please laugh at others if that gives you fun, but also laugh at yourself. Correct? Okay. Can you, Irfan, read it the way Malayalis read it? Are you good at laughing at yourself? You don't mind, right? Okay, read it.
Children bring notebook to the class, but do not use it.
Okay, the problem with many Malayali speakers is the interchange. They pronounce NOT as NOTE and NOTE as NOT. So what should be notebook becomes notebook, and what should be not becomes note. Okay. But once you pay attention, move your tongue accordingly, open your mouth accordingly, and you take care of it. Irfan, go on.
Many people die on roads in India.
What should it be? Roads in India. Okay, go on.
They should be careful.
Okay.
Rich people now use roads in their homes.
Actually, it should be rods. Because concrete houses, require iron rods. Okay.
They take coke.
What should it be? It should be coke. Okay. Yeah.
When it is hot.
Go on. But when it is cold,
they take more.
yeah,
They go to a coastal town.
yeah, it should be coastal. Irfan is doing it correctly. Actually, Okay, go on, please.
Coastal town during winter vacation. When it is costly.
Yeah, many people in Kerala pronounce it as costly. It's not costly; it is costly. But remember, all of us have our own peculiarities. Do you agree? Okay, go on, Irfan.
Do not mind going for or working at.
Okay, leave it there. Let's go to the next. Another part of the country. Okay, confusion between A and A. Okay, please. Who will read it? Who will? Okay, why not you? Please.
Than do bad habits.
Yeah, it should be Bad habits.
They climb up and down by lift, go in and out by car or taxi,
What should it be? Taxi.
use trolley to carry
What should it be? Carry.
shopping bag,
Yeah, it should be bag, but they say bag. Okay, and then
candy,
what should it be? Candy. What should it be? Candy.
ice cream, chocolate, then snakes
What should it be? Snacks. Yeah,
are also calorie rich.
yeah, it should be calorie rich.
They become fat.
Yeah, so they become fat. Okay, right. Next. You know, for many of us, so far we looked at only vowels, but now I am asking you to look at consonants. Okay, sounds that are produced with obstruction. You know, in our alphabet, we first have a, e, and then we have ka, kha, right? So ka, kha is consonant, a is vowels. We also have peculiarities of consonant sounds. Say in my part of the country, for instance, you know, I think I have been telling you that until I became about 1925, 26, I went to a study in Hyderabad. I spoke good English. I didn't speak English, and my friends in Hyderabad started making fun of me. I said, don't make fun of me, because I can also then tell you about your Hyderabadu and your teacheru, and you know, all of us have that kind of thing. So in Bihar, in eastern UP, in Orissa, in Assam, in Nepal, we don't speak English. Sorry, we don't speak English. We speak English. Okay, we take a sip of tea and we go by sip. We don't go by ship. Okay, we stand in the queue for ration cards, not for ration cards. Okay, actually, if you do too much sasha in Patna, they will tell you, what are you hissing like a snake? Okay, speak like normal human beings. But on the other hand, if you go to Bengal, everything there is. In the morning, they take a sip of tea. You know, yeah, right. You know, it is rasgulla. You know, it's not rasgulla, and they still, you know, it is so every. You know, just all of us do not have all the sounds. Like the British do not have our ta, tha. They cannot say ta. They cannot say tum. They say tum. Okay, because they don't have that ta. It's not that they cannot learn. Many actually, you know, pay compliment to the British. All the grammars of all the modern Indian languages. Are you with me? Everybody, please.
Yes.
You know, you must acknowledge the British were not one nation. You know, they came all kinds. They were absolutely terrible British. You know, killed, murdered, raped helpless women, and there were also angels who gave everything away to the poor, the helpless, the destitute. They did some wonderful work in this country, otherwise oppressed by systems of caste, class, taboos. They brought hospitals, colleges, education, opened the gates to everyone. They said even Harijan could come, women could come. Okay, they wrote the first grammars of all modern Indian languages: Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Maithili, Gujarati, Kashmiri, Bengali, no matter what, they wrote it first. So, you know, next time you hear somebody say, the British were this, that, take it with not just a pinch of salt, take it with a spoonful of salt, okay? Because they were all kinds. It is only as good as saying that all you know, Malayalis are bad speakers of English. Not the case. They are fantastic, you know. Some of the, at least I have studied with 5 of them, 5 of my teachers were from Kerala, and I will say 2 of them were better than any teacher I have studied under elsewhere in the world. You know, I have also had the good luck to study in some other universities. So, no such generalizations, keep it in mind, but yes, there are peculiarities. So, let us overcome those peculiarities. Can somebody please read this sentence aloud? Somebody not from Bihar or Bengal. Anybody from Bengal here? No. Anybody who knows Bengali? Okay, don't worry, it's a great language, you know, great literature, great music. Okay. Can somebody please read it? Okay, Ashwini, can you try this sentence?
In Patna, one can take a sip of tea can take tea on a sip.
Should it be sip or ship? Ship. Yeah, right, go on.
But in Kolkata, it is the other way round. You can begin the day with the sip of tea.
It should be sip of tea, correct. And
End it with tea on the ship.
that's correct.
Tea companies did good business in Kolkata. One can still
Yeah, it should be still, not still. Okay,
see their products.
it should be see, not she. See there,
Their products.
go down here. Okay, let's look at another instance. Pan Indian problem, including you and me. We don't get these, you know, these sounds right. This w and this, particularly this. Many people, you see, we in Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Nepal, much of, you know, Punjab, etc., we pronounce it as bha, which is very good. Seven, vowel, vast. India is a vast country. Okay, right? But here in the west, south, India is a vast country. Sometimes I think, are they saying waste country? Okay. It is neither vast nor vast. What is it? It is let your lower lip. In the final, the fourth presentation, I am going to listen to each number. If you say 5, you lose marks. If you say 5, you lose marks. It should be 5. Okay, and I am going to listen for that. And in all cases of doubt, my friends are recording you. I will go back to the recording. Do you see the point? So get into it, and remember, you are not doing it for one presentation here. You are acquiring a skill which will be useful to you, not only for your life, your generations to come. When you speak good language, your children, your grandchildren, you know, your relatives' children also speak good language. You become a model to the others. Am I right? When one person comes from your family to IIT, in that street in Hyderabad, I have said, they put up a signboard saying, in this street lives some student from IIT, JEE or something. Is that correct? Yes or no? Nobody from Hyderabad here? Okay, don't they put it up, such signs in Mehdipatnam, Banjara Hills, etc.?
I have never seen such.
Okay. Maybe I am exaggerating it slightly, but you see, you know, good you know, achievement has impact, correct? Don't people come and ask you how to prepare for IIT? They do. Similarly, they will ask you how to speak English correctly, right? Won't they? So, you know, acquire that. Can somebody please read it aloud? Somebody from the central row, you know, you have been sitting comfortably enjoying like a comedy on the TV, please. Okay? Come on.
India has a president and a vice president.
What should it be?
Vice.
Vice president. Okay, go on.
Later, of course,
Latter. Latter. Otherwise, later is LATER.
latter, of course, is wise. He goes to a talking club during daytime and watches verbal duel.
What should it be?
Verbal.
It should be verbal. Yes. Duel.
Duel through the day, even when very bored.
Okay, I want to make a point here, you know. Please take your notebook. How do you pronounce this word? This is not pronounced. In India, all of us pronounce it as this, as what, when, or which. It's not so. It is without this. So what is this? What. This is what is this? What is this? When. What is this? What is this?
Why?
And what is this? Who. This is who. This is not who. Okay? This is who. So this is an exception. But here, what is this? What. Round your lips and say what. What is this?
When? Which? Why?
Where.
Where?
It's not very long, you know. It's not where. It is where.
Where?
Once again, what is this?
What? When? Which? Why? Where?
But this is?
Who?
Once again, make it long. This is?
What? When? Which?
This is long.
Why?
Great. This is short.
Where?
Where? Okay. This distinction is very important in English. Okay, please continue reading this sentence. Latter of course is wise. Come again, please. Yeah.
Latter, of course, is wise. He goes to a talking club during daytime and watches verbal duel through the day, even when very bored.
Even when very bored. Okay. Right. Let's look at some other confusions. Okay. Some, who will do it? Why don't you? You know, you are having fun. Please. Aparna, would you like to do it? Okay, please. Can you stand up so that camera can catch you? Please.
But the president is luckier. He receives,
Yeah.
he receives visiting dignitaries, himself visits other countries, awards,
Awards. What? Round your lip. Awards.
awards, prizes and medals, uses
Views. Yeah.
parades of armed forces, and only once a year he visits talking shop and gives other members there
Other members there.
vision
Vision.
for
It
the
is. Pronounce this word right. Aparna, just wait there. Keep standing. Vision. Yeah. You know, like you say, shh. Similarly, it is vision. Yes. Okay, go on.
he visits
Vision for.
vision for the year
It is not ear. It should be Y-E-A-R. How do you pronounce it?
Year.
It should be year. Get year as in yes, and then say year. Spread your lips. Don't you see the British have their lips going from ear to ear like this? Okay, now say it year. But many of us in India pronounce it as ear. This is my first year. Is it your first year? Are you in the second year? What is the correct way? So I am in the second year. Okay, Aparna, continue.
for which he thanks vigorously.
He is thanked vigorously.
He approves decisions already taken by the others, and thus saves himself from controversy.
Okay, right? You see, this is a concept. You know, this is a pan-Indian problem. This sound, v. We know Indian language has that. We either have wa or bha, and we, without paying attention, we keep talking about very great responsibilities, or in my part of the country, very great responsibilities. Pay attention. You know, excellence is nothing, as I told you earlier, but attention to details. Please sit down, Aparna. Thank you very much. Okay, who will do it next? Okay, why don't you do it from? Hyderabadu. Yeah.
Hyderabad was known for its diamond.
Diamond. You know, die is very long. It's a diamond. It's not diamond. It is diamond. What is it?
Diamond.
Yeah, go on, please.
Diamond and biryani, but now it has become the cyber city.
Cyber city. Yes.
People have come here from far and wide.
That should be far and wide.
The city works day and night
It should be night.
and it is no longer a tiny provincial town.
Yeah. It is no longer a provincial town. Okay? Right. Look at this. What we do is sometimes we put extra sounds more than really necessary, you know, more than really necessary. And the wonderful thing is, we do not notice it in ourselves. We are not aware of our own peculiarity. We are always, you know, this is human nature. We are always good at finding fault in the others. Isn't that right? You know, you are so acutely aware of problems in the other hostel, how other people misbehave, how other people dirty the road, how other people do not do their work. You know, we are seldom aware of our own inaccuracies, our own inadequacy. You know, so some years ago I was working in Shimla for about, can I tell you this story? Okay, for about 2 years I was in Punjab. Shimla, you know, Shimla was part of Punjab when India was together, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh were together. Then Lahore was the capital of Punjab and Shimla was the summer capital of Punjab. Largely Punjabi speaking people who surround that area, and you know, the culture is Punjabi culture. So recently when I was there, there were some cockroaches and other things in the quarters I was allotted. You know, there is a Rashtrapati Niwas there. The Viceroy used to live there. It was called Viceregal Lodge. But when Radhakrishnan became the President of India, he, you know, so after independence the Viceregal Lodge became Rashtrapati Niwas, and when Radhakrishnan became the President of India, he gave it to the professors of this country. Now there is an institute there, it is called Indian Institute of Advanced Study. Senior professors are invited to live there for a year or two and have fun, you know. You do not have to teach classes, you can bring your wife or you know, other friends. If you like, you are given quarters, your full salary, TA and no work. If you, before you leave, if you feel like, give them a book or a lecture, or you do not. This is an American concept. In America, all the big universities have institutes of advanced study. Okay, they do a good job there. Radhakrishnan had thought that Indian professors would also like Americans do some good job. Here of course, we enjoy ourselves like Americans, but work like Indians. You know, we live there, come, and at the end of the day we tell them, when I go back to Madras, I will write and send it to you, and we never send it from Madras. But you know, regardless of that, it is a great place, at least a great library, lots of journals, lots of books in humanities and social sciences, and in the height of 7,000 feet where Viceroy lived, you know, you have all the comfort, all the creature comfort and wonderful view of the Himalayas. So you live there. So in the quarters they gave me, there were cockroaches. So I asked the state officer, what can I do? He told me, why don't you go to the market and buy a spray machine? What is a spray machine? What is a spray machine? I didn't know. I said, come on, what? What? He said, spray machine, sir. Okay, spray machine will, you just spray it. Oh, then I said, oh God, you mean spray? Because you know, I myself say spray when I go home. You know, I add an E before SP, but in the northwest they add an E between S and P. not before. Now look at this here. In Punjab, who will like to read it loud? Okay.
In Punjab, many people support.
Yeah, they don't pronounce sport as sport. They pronounce it as support. Okay. So there, you know, you have, it's not Shakespeare, it is Shakespeare. Okay, go on.
But in Bihar, it is not on the same scale.
What should it be? Same scale. Yeah.
Here we have some sport in school,
It should be, here we have
some sports in schools,
some sports in school. Go
but
on.
hardly any in college. In the past, it has seen widespread violence.
What should it be?
Widespread.
Widespread violence.
South
Okay.
Indians are totally against violence,
Yeah. It should be violent. Yeah. But
but their films have lots of it.
yeah, you know, there is no South Indian film which does not show you at least 200 murders. Okay, the village is wiped out. In Bihar, we don't see it in films. We actually do it. We kill one another. Okay. You know, once again, you see what we are doing is we are adding more sounds. Film becomes film, against becomes against, sports become either support or a sport. You have to ask yourself, where is it I have non-standard pronunciation? Okay, last. Who will like to read it? Somebody who hasn't and wants to do it? Okay. Right, please.
Missed hobbies today.
What should it be? Office. Yes.
Simply,
Simply.
he said, his ungal came for
What should it be? Uncle. What should it be? Yeah, don't say uncle. Don't bring a there. K and la together. What is it? Uncle. Yeah, okay, go on, please.
Changanacheri last night.
Yeah, there is a district called Changanacheri, isn't it? How far away is it from your village, Irfan? You don't know? Don't you? Okay, your geography is bad. Okay, please go on.
Mr. Pillai will take him
Sorry, it should be may. I made a mistake in editing. Okay.
take him to see more temples.
What is intended?
Temples.
Temples. What is intended?
Temples.
Temples. Okay.
When God is happy,
Yeah, but they pronounce gold. Okay.
anything can happen. He also wants a job in Gel.
In Gulf.
Actually, 5.
Dubai.
Best. But today, he is busy. Taking a taxi. Before riding, he makes sure that manner comes to 0.
Okay. Sorry, you know, I am making fun of anyone. I am actually not making. You know, what I want you to do is look at, you know, can we be serious for a few seconds? Look at your own pronunciation of English and see, do you have non-standard sounds? If you have, then it is very simple. Ask yourself how I pronounce it and change the pronunciation by manipulating organs of articulation. It is extremely simple. Learning another language is the easiest thing you can do, provided 2 things. Number 1, you are determined and you pay attention. Do you have any questions? Thank you. Have a good day.